Alright, so let me get y'all's honest opinion, bro. Alright, we're gonna have an intelligent conversation. Do you think
I'm really good at
that, like, when kids play games like this, and like kids play game like PUBG, like first-person shooters, sniper games, you know, whatever.
Are you gonna say that promotes violence or makes them more violent?
With that, plus bad parenting, not telling your kid what's wrong and right, causes the school shootings and stuff?
No.
Why?
No. It definitely, for one, it desensitizes what violence really is and what moralities can truly be issued in real life as towards the virtual, like, video gaming and shit like that. But really, I don't know. I really doubt that it has anything to do with causing school shootings. I mean, don't get me wrong. I guarantee there's a kid out there playing some fucking PUBG right now. He's like, I'm gonna shoot someone
a good example of a kid who did
or just cut me the fuck off while I'm
inspired
talking. That's
by
cool.
games.
Keep going.
Was that kid who like in the 90s who played Doom, and he made a whole video, like a whole level that was that was shaped out exactly like his school, and he put AI in there and designed them like people and shot them. And when he was arrested for the actual school shootings, just like in Doom, that was like a statement. So I wouldn't say it has completely nothing to do with it, but I want to say if you're like out there trying to argue that it's the main cause, you're pretty fucking retarded.
Be advised, Op 4 has found a bomb.
I'd say, moreover to the I'd say like you have higher odds of being a school shooter in a sense.
10 seconds.
If your parents like haven't talked to you, like I don't know, I feel like there has to be an emotional disconnect, or there has to be something like medically wrong with the kid. I feel like it can't be encouraged by video games because I never really had guidance playing video games. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's more of guidance.
Yeah, I want to say it's based on morality.
You know, everybody has their own opinion on stuff.
My answer.
Oh my god! Yeah.
What's your personal opinion?
He just did so good with Caveira. I'm gonna take her.
So what are you gonna say, John? What are you gonna say?
Just everybody has different opinions on stuff, so you know, I kind
of
like to hear people's opinion. What? Oh my. Thanks.
John, what's your opinion on it?
I say yeah. I really do. But I mean, it's not just like video games. It has to also, you know, be like there has to be like a mental issue with said person or bad parenting.
Yeah. It can definitely be like,
you know, it's not just
from that.
I want to say it's well.
We're really prepared. Ben, we're really prepared for this because of Van Beek. I'm just saying that now. We're really.
I know.
Hey, come here. Give me one of your impacts.
Accidentally killed their sister wrestling and shit. There's like one kid.
Okay, no stuff like that.
And there's like
stuff.
The one kid we did a whole story on. I think it was Olsen. That was his last name.
I'm gonna do it too.
He's the one who killed his parents.
Op 4 has located
like with the gun and shit.
He's
he's the one I would say is the closest to what we're saying. But he wasn't inspired by video games or any of that. He did it because he was mentally unstable.
He said he wanted to feel what killing someone would feel like. That's his words. That was the kid who killed the woman and her baby and him.
Yeah.
And her husband.
There's kids that are just fucked up like that. Like, there's no helping them. They're just fucked up.
There's gridlock.
And I want to say, when it comes to that situation, it's a moral issue.
there's the other bitch.
There's a lot of things you gotta consider. Like, maybe it's a fucking little kid who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Or maybe it's a kid who actually wants to kill people, you know, like the one Nick just talked about where he said he just wanted to know what it was like to kill someone. Or maybe there's one where someone's mentally unstable, like the Olsen kid who fucking killed his parents because he was mentally unstable, mentally abused, and was having an issue at school.
Roots from that kid's problems stem from his parents. Ben, I know this because I did the essay late and I remember that shit, but...
I know, it was the whole shit about his parents, like his mom
was cheating on his
dad,
he did it late.
His mom, how his mom said how his mom's like, he's like, yeah, I'm very depressed to his mom. Like, he basically confessed to his mom. He's like, I always think of killing people or killing myself. Like, he said that to his fucking mom. And then his mom just like said, you watch too much movies and walked away.
Yeah. And not only that, this is the
See, but
biggest
that
issue
also
I find
has to deal with bad parenting.
That is
listen to
bad
this,
parenting.
John, listen to this. So, this is when the kid gets fucked up and is doing like shit. He fucking, what is it? He caught his mom cheating on his dad and like bribed her and like was getting hella shit. Eventually his mom had enough of it and told her, you can go ahead and tell his mom.
Bomb location compromised. Plan accordingly.
So, there's this whole thing where not only was he bribing her and getting away with shit, but then at some point she just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, see, if
5 seconds and counting.
You should not have kids.
Op 4 is located.
But yeah, like I said, there's a lot
I
of
feel like
variables you gotta consider.
Having kids and being together with someone
And I
doesn't
don't,
like
I
always
don't
go
think
hand in
video
hand.
games. Truthfully, I will say video games. Yeah, you can say video games play a factor in it, but I can't get behind someone who says it's specifically, that's the one major thing why a kid is a killer.
It can
There's just
stem
no
from
way.
all sorts of things. The kid could have a mental disability and not know right from wrong and morals, and like play a video game, shoot someone and not figure it out. Like one kid, it's not video games, John, but it's wrestling. Some kid was watching wrestling, and he wrestled a fucking 2-year-old kid and killed it. And that kid is serving life in prison right now. He was like 14 years old.
He
when did
wrestled
that.
a little girl and strangled her to death.
No,
didn't
he
know what
wasn't.
the fuck he
He
was
was
doing.
like 9 years old.
Yeah, he's 9. Here's a good one. What's y'all opinions on the wall?
On the what?
The wall.
Against it for the most part, just because the majority.
The
I
wall
don't know,
for
like,
Mexico?
I was raised
Yes.
around a lot of Mexicans. I always had
Alright.
Mexicans.
I was
around
too.
Me.
I was too, and I have mad
And-
respect for Mexicans. But just do it the right way.
There's.
I don't think
the
the
thing-
wall will ever be
Because
made.
there
I don't
are
think I don't think it
companies-
can ever be made.
Insertion in 5
There are
seconds.
companies that will be willing, more than happy, to hire illegal immigrants that are taking jobs away. Not just from Americans, but from other people, all other Mexicans that have come here legally. People have done the right thing to come here for a better future for them, and their jobs will also be taken by people who haven't. So I feel it's not just ruining it, you know, people like, yo, Americans this, Americans that, but there's also
So
other
your
people that
problem-
have
so-
done it legally.
So your issue is not that you're a racist piece of faggot that likes Donald Trump. It's that you don't like
It needs to be done the right way.
the illegal citizenship of people in America. You just don't like that.
Yeah, and it's not even just Mexicans. It's any race, any other culture
I
that doesn't do it legally.
Yeah.
Chungus has fucking Noob Chungus is fucking me up. I don't know if we could talk about that shit. Have a serious conversation like this.
My thing is that
Friendly,
what is
last
it?
operator standing.
Fucking. I think I see the wall
Holy fuck!
as the
Yeah.
only response that's been done, like drastically, the way it's been done. I see it as that because there's
Op 4
people who
eliminated all
talk about it, but I don't see them do anything. And say what you will about Trump, say what you will about the money it's costing people, and say what you will about the jobs. I'm completely on that too. I find it stupid that there was that whole thing where Trump wasn't like, no one was getting paid for all their work they were doing on the fucking wall. But that wall, I see it as the only thing that someone has actually done. And I do think John is on the right thing. I think there is a right way to do it. God knows I don't know how to fucking do it, but I believe there's a way easier way to do it. But at the same time, I like that there's a wall that being built because there is an unprecedented fucking amount of drugs that's being smuggled from Mexico and everywhere else illegally by illegal immigrants. It's 64% of all the illegal drug trafficking coming into this country is due to that.
Mexico.
Yeah, that's true.
Use your drone to locate a bomb.
And not only that, but there's a disproportional crime that's being committed by illegal immigrants in the country.
I feel like that. I don't know. I feel like that's. I don't know. I don't like that argument at all. That crime. I just think that's stupid.
The crime part?
People are like, yeah, the people. It's just because of how people are raised, dude. It's like the societies they grow up in. You know how there's like plenty of societies across America and all that.
Drone has located
What do you
a
think?
bomb.
Where
10
is crime
seconds
more
to go.
likely to happen, Ben? Like in the slums of fucking LA
5
or
seconds to
fucking
insertion.
in Beverly Hills in the gated like
Found
societies?
a
Like
bomb. Make your way to its
I don't
location
know.
and defuse it.
I don't like the whole idea on the crimes being the problem.
I don't
do
either.
understand
I don't either.
overpopulation.
It's not no like my whole thing on the crime is like I get what you're saying, like you don't like it because there's people that are coming
It's
from terrible.
unculturally biased. It's unculturally biased.
I know.
That's how what you call it. That's what
I know
it is.
that's a bad thing, but like I don't know, Nick. It is a real thing that
It's
there's a
just a really
disproportional
touchy
crime being
subject.
committed from them, but yeah, I get what you're saying. How it's kind of fucked up to be saying that when they're coming from a terrible place and they're being raised in terrible things, in terrible locations. But
That's
like,
Legion.
but what is it? Yeah, like I was saying, I think it's fucked up because the way you see it, I feel like moral comes into play in the subject a lot from the perspective I have. Because you got people who are coming from terrible places, and you got people who are...
But you could say the same thing about the fucking wall. It's just not fair. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
They're
I
coming
know.
from a
I see
terrible
it, but
place.
like...
They have a purpose for doing it. I don't know.
I know. They're not doing it, they're not, like, coming here because,
tough.
like... Yeah, it's just a tough life, but...
They're not coming
why
to
is
commit crimes.
man-
It's not their
a man-
choice.
A man once said that not everyone can live in a
The diffuser
luxurious
has been
house.
recovered. One friendly operator remaining. 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
That wise shit you just fucking said won us the round.
Lock. Good shit.
I feel like we should have like a more egalitarian like society in general. I don't like how there are people that own fucking yachts and people that own fucking planes, and there are people that can't even fucking afford shoes. I'm sorry, it's bullshit. My grandpa grew up. The only way
It
he could
honestly
get new
is.
shoes is if he fucking stole them. That's the only way he could get new shoes. That's the only way he could get new shit. And I don't fucking like
But
how.
when you say
don't know.
that, Nick, it sounds like you want it to like you want our economy to change.
I just want egalitarian shit. That's all I want. I know it's not just the economy. There's a wide variety of shit that would need to change, and it's not going to happen.
But
and it won't
that's the
happen.
thing. No, it's not that.
There's
it's
no
this,
way
it's this,
it won't
it's
happen.
This, it's this.
It won't.
Elon Musk said for a society like America to change, there has to be things implemented, like rules and things to block other things. And these things that would block or restrict other things don't happen instantly. It would take time, years, possibly
that.
decades for this shit to happen. So if you want to change something as big as the economy, it's gonna take a lot of time.
Be advised
There's
your
no
drone
It's
Yeah,
gonna
is
take
time
time,
I can
money,
put on
and a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of convincing, and then there's a whole
It's gonna have
bunch
to
of
take fucking dedicated
political
lives.
shit
People
that
who
has to
really
happen.
fucking care about it.
5 seconds.
I
before
really
insertion.
care about this shit. I don't like the way Earth is fucking going out.
Yeah,
sea,
but at
let
the
alone
same
America.
time, Nick,
Make
you
your way
have to
to
be
its
willing.
location
Like
and defuse
people
it.
you were just saying stuff, like the people who you said own
Yeah,
yachts and
I'm
shit.
just saying stuff,
Like
but what the fuck am I
like,
gonna
you
do?
can say
16-year-old
that-
stuck in California with no
you can
clout.
say that, but like
And I'm
business,
talking, like-
the people who have that shit, they could have earned it like fairly. They could have earned it unfairly. Either way,
She has a shotgun.
the fact of the matter is, you're gonna be taking that away from them, and you have to think: are they gonna just let that happen, or are they gonna try and fight back? Because that's what Republicans are doing.
Those are
They're
unlikely.
getting their the people who are arguing that fucking taxes should be raised for people who have more money and should be lowered for people who have less. People are arguing that they shouldn't do that because that's basically stealing their money, and I can see that because like
Friendly.
I know y'all are only like
Op 4
a
eliminated all
generation
friendlies.
behind me.
Nigga, we're 3 years younger than you. We're in the same generation.
We're not.
Yeah, we are.
You're millennials.
Generations.
No.
Millennials are 1990s.
What? What?
1980s.
No.
Yeah, it's weird.
No,
It's
no,
a major
what?
it's a major misconception that all the fucking young kids are millennials.
I'm just glad to know that there are people like you. Hopefully there are people like you with your
Gen
generation
Z.
around your age that can actually
Yes.
still have conversations like this.
Yeah, I agree. I want to change this fucking world. I don't know if I can.
There's
Okay,
no
I'm
way.
back.
There's no
Where did
way
the
just
conversation
you
go?
can. There's no way you
Clear
can.
the area. Keep the bomb.
Where'd
It
the
can't just be
conversation go
one
to?
person. It can't. It's
It
still the
needs
same
to be-
thing.
Where
But
the
It's
dude,
always-
I said that I'm glad that there's still people like you, people your age, your generation, can still sit down and have a conversation like this, like I'm having with you now.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for assault.
Yeah, Ben, did you know we're not
And he did
millennials,
it
we're
again.
Generation Z? I'm sorry.
There is no
I knew
Generation Z.
Look it up. It's from 2000.
isn't.
It's from 1997 to like, I don't know, fucking. Something.
Basically, the people
My
who have
brother's
been
a
growing
millennial.
up with this technology that's here today.
Yeah.
The ones who are going to
There's
be
a
able
reason
to
why
use
they
it.
separate the gens like that. How they do it's weird. I don't know.
Op 4 has located a bomb.
Once you're
Get
going
ready
to be
engage.
utilizing technology.
I did not fucking believe it for a while. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was a millennial for the longest fucking time.
Anyone?
This chick was just
Talk
like, you need
about-
some
anyone-
company. She said I can come stay the night with
Anyone
her.
get on the thing where I was talking about taxes and shit?
Okay, I can get with you with that a lot, because my uncle makes 7 figures a year. The uncle I was staying with, for his
Yeah,
job, he
and I
makes
was-
7 figures a year.
I was saying how
he-
if Nick wants to
I
change
don't
the
think
world, he has to be
taxes-
willing to accept that he's going to be taking money from people who are like working like that.
Yeah.
Just so people who are less fortunate are going to be able to get money provided to them, or have to spend less money so they can have more money.
Hey, there's 2 people on staircase into
Yeah,
objective, and no one's doing jack shit about it.
I just sprayed at them. My average.
Oh my god, I fucked up. I fucked up badly.
Mission critical.
I just
Bomb
downed
diffuser
someone.
activated.
Someone's planting.
Diffuser-
Fucking blitz was waiting for me on door. Kind of bullshit. Now there's Montaigne. There's a blitz down there too.
One friendly remaining.
Didn't even hit his feet.
That was a fuck.
This is
That was
it.
the last round. Fuck.
Yep.
Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
Well, like I said, if someone's out there trying to like change it to make it equalitarian, like you were saying, you're gonna be like taking from people who have, people who don't have, just to make it equal.
Yeah. I know that.
And I don't think the
understand
people
that.
who have
don't-
the shit are gonna be willing to.
But you're only
accept that.
thinking this. You're only thinking this because the way of society was formed in the first place, like from its base, like its original basis. People had to work certain jobs and certain occupations that shit they were good at to work their way up. More were paid more than others, and it just didn't pan out well. But over the years, like I'm saying, we have come up. You know how back in the 1800s, doctors were considered lower class or middle class, and like lawyers and shit like that. Bankers, bankers were considered
You need
lower
a donkey
class
kicking.
and shit like that. We've moved up quite a bit because doctors, you know, now they can make 7 figures if they're fucking brain surgeons or some shit like that with the most
I went and
delicate
was like,
hands
I got
on
a
earth.
headache. He's like, oh, you need an ear nail. Sorry. That's just so good, dude.
Continue, Nick.
Went in there for a migraine, and he's like, you need a donkey kicking.
Nick, continue.
Go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
What was I saying? We definitely moved up
About
and past like all the. I don't know. We definitely don't need child labor anymore, but that shit still is appreciated in some countries and used in some countries. I don't know. I feel like I say that a lot when I get really into. I say I don't know a lot. I'm sorry, but
I don't
just
know
happens.
your point. You try. I feel like you caught my attention when you said I'm thinking at it from the base of how everything started, because I am. And I'm
It's
thinking
because
of,
of
like,
how
the people.
society is formed, how people get paid for their occupations different than other people's. Teachers, they have the most important job on this earth. Don't change my, you can't change my mind about it.
I
You
can
can't.
definitely change that. I can.
They're the
can.
people that make people.
I can.
Though,
I
John. They're
can
the
change it.
John,
I can change it.
John,
I can
John,
change
they're
it.
the people that
I can
literally
change
make
it.
people. You can't be a fucking
I can change it.
contractor.
I
Nick,
can.
You
calm
can't do that
down,
without
Nick.
teachers.
Calm down.
I'm
and
just
let
saying,
him,
you can't do
Really?
any of that shit with teachers.
But
Just calm
teachers
down
wouldn't
and
have a
hand it on
teach
out.
the place if there wasn't contractors. If there
I hate
wasn't
you.
people
I
building
hate
the
you
schools.
so much.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Changed
but
my mind.
from the basis of time, John, from the basis of time, niggas was learning shit in caves, right? They're teaching themselves stuff.
Would they learn how to do fires?
I guess.
Yeah.
Contractors, because buildings couldn't be made for teachers to teach them. That's pretty dumb. I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, you don't need a place to teach. You don't at all. People.
Well, I
fucking-
mean, I
don't
get it.
know.
You know, we learn, like, take me and you. I
You
mean,
need-
probably Ben
You
too.
need to learn.
But we
to
learn
make-
shit in the streets. You can learn shit in the streets, but
Yeah, I
educational
understand
wise,
that.
to
You're talking
become
me
a better
about that. I know
human
this
per
shit.
se,
But like,
I
what I'm saying is that the way shit is right now isn't right. And like, I'm saying that like, I don't know. I don't like that. If I had rags and riches and all, if I went from rags to riches and all that, like,
But would you truly want that?
I'd give out.
Would you
I'd
wanna-
give out
would
more
you
than
wanna
I-
do that?
More than I'd receive. I feel like.
I definitely would.
I'd be donating
See-
to cancer every day I could. I don't know.
If I had my way, I would just be
I wanted
middle
to.
class. I want my goal is to be making at least 70 grand a year. That's
If everyone
just
was
a goal
middle
for me.
class, there would be less crime. There'd be all that. I don't know. Everyone just needs to
And
be
I
middle
feel
class.
like-
That's it.
It's not even that I want to be rich. It's not that I want to be poor. It's that I
don't
at
wanna be
least
rich.
want to have a better living for my kids. I want them to have what I didn't have. Yeah, they're going to have
That's
a
what
free
my
education
mom-
to go to school. Yeah, they're going to have a place to live. Yeah, they're going to have a way to get back and forth to wherever they need to go and come from. But
That's how my mom looked at it when she talks
I think
thinks of
so.
us. She said she wanted to raise us in a place that she didn't get. And
yeah.
she did. She did.
That's the same thing my mom's like. Yeah, I agree. That's what my mom's like. My mom was
Like-
constantly. She didn't know what college was until freshman year. She didn't know what college was. No one talked about college at all. Her mom's didn't.
That's
her
the
mom
same
never
way
said,
I
"Oh,
was."
you're gonna go to college," and all that. I don't know. It's pretty fucked up. But yeah, I definitely. I don't know. I don't know if we're even gonna be able to make it to have kids and see them grow up. Honestly, we're focused on the technology too much to care for our own planet,
Oh, yeah.
and like we're focused on the furthering of like all of this shit that we're doing right now, and we need to learn that we need to breathe before we can do that shit.
I feel like most of society in today's world is too focused on later.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. They're focused about the future, not what's happening now to make that future better. Or to make that future... To
Too
make sure that we
focused on
have
what's
that
gonna
future.
happen later and not what's happening right now.
Yeah.
We need to locate a bomb.
I care about the future just for the Earth's sake. In general, that's it. Like how it's going to be.
So I
don't
know
know.
this is
Livable.
a bit hypocritical of what I literally just said, but I believe that
Drone has found
a
a
good
bomb.
course of action for humanity is for us to try and work as hard as we can to try and cultivate Mars.
Did you know there's a 40% chance of us making it to 3,500?
Yeah.
Well, we won't be here.
5 seconds to
I
insertion.
know, but there's a 40% chance. Okay, wise guy, that wasn't
Found
at
a
all
bomb.
what I was trying
Make
to
your way to
say.
its location.
Yeah, I know. But I mean,
Stephen
do you really
Hawking-
believe that? Do you
Stephen
really believe that? I
Hawking
mean, yeah,
said-
Stephen Hawking had a really good point with that shit.
I said Stephen Hawking had a real. I was gonna say Stephen Hawking had a good point where he said if we continue to go up in a our usage of fossil fuels and everything else, we might cause the planet to combust.
Yeah.
I think he was really good on that. He said there's a probability of that happening in 600 years. I feel like that's a good thing. Pay attention to.
See, I don't know. 600 years. I mean, that seems a bit, but I mean.
No, it's John. It's definitely closer than you think. Trust me when I say it too.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying it'd be quick, it'd be faster?
It would be a whole lot faster.
I think it is too.
Things can change. Things can change in a matter of minutes.
I'm just saying, basing this loosely on something that I seen, but I was taking it very, and I really took it to heart, and I've really been thinking deep since this. But people, I died and all, I don't care. But like people think, like that we have downwards of 50 years left, like being able to like do all that. And like how much of the facts? Yeah, how much of the facts do you like? I believe that. I'm not gonna lie, because how much of the facts do you really know?
Exactly.
I don't know. I seen a statistic somewhere.
That's the thing, though.
We've killed 60%.
Really caught my.
I know.
Really caught my attention.
Fucking check your sources and all, but I don't know. I can believe it. Can you not believe that? Isn't it believable? 60%.
I can believe we're gradually killing off other species. I don't know about 60%.
I guarantee
do believe we're gradually
60%.
killing off a good amount of the other species. I don't know about 60%. Did you say land life or all?
Wait, what?
Fuck, I know.
Nick says that.
Can we change the subject?
Can
we change the subject? Can we change the
species? And I said I don't necessarily get behind this whole 60% thing, but I could get behind how we've been killing. Due to us, a good amount of species are gone.
Well, that's a no-brainer. I mean, like, yeah, I get that. I mean, that's facts, though. Like, we've killed. It's like recorded. We've killed these things. These things no longer exist because of us.
If we've killed 60%, Nick, then that's half of everything.
That's 100.
It's half of all the species that
No. I've already thought about this.
So are you like on the level where like you couldn't be convinced that's not 60?
Oh no, it's not about the number 60. It's just about the subject in general. I could care less about 60. If you change my mind on that, I wouldn't doubt it. But like,
I'm not trying to change your mind on the subject. I do believe there's an issue with other species. You're not one. I killed someone tonight. Suicide night. But 60, I feel like is a big stretch. I wanted 20.
For what? My mic died.
So, I can't figure out the fucking word for the life of me. It's like the great something, and it killed like 99% of all life in the ocean.
Yeah, I know.
1% of all life, but I can't figure out the word for it. It's called the Great Extinction. That's what it's called. Great Extinction. It happened like 300, a couple hundred million years ago.
I'm sorry for whoever that was.
Anyways, there's 1%. Say that we've killed 60% of that 1% that's been going on for millions of years.
The proportions are wrong, my guy.
The camera's already gone, man.
I know.
Yeah, I shot it earlier, but I keep getting.
No longer in possession.
You have a topic, John? Because I don't.
What were you talking about? My mic is muted or off.
Talking about how do you think kids should be beaten, or how do you feel about it? And we kind of already. Me and Nick have the
Yes,
same
kids
things.
need to be beat. They need to be fucking beat, but to an extent. That's what I said, John.
Yeah, to an extent.
You can't be punching and kicking your kid. Like, I don't know about that.
Okay, yeah, no.
But if you bend that kid over
How would
your
you
leg,
say?
slap
How
him on
would
the
you
fucking
say?
ass,
How would you
then
say
that is
mentally?
100% okay.
How would you say mentally?
Mentally? I don't think kids are deserve mentally fucking like obedience
Okay, yeah, no.
like that.
I don't.
Kids aren't
that.
deserving.
I'm saying
of
like.
that, I don't think.
I'm saying like. What's the? How am I? So specific thing I'm trying to say. Okay, let me just say 2 examples. All right, there's one example where I was how I was. One day I did something and I was getting a ride home from my dad and he wanted to intimidate me before he beat me. We were driving back and he asked me what did I do, and I started to go off and say what I was doing,
Oh.
and then my dad like punched the glove department and he screamed, "What the fuck did you do?" at me. Like he was driving and turned around and turned and looked at me and said that to my face.
Okay.
And that was when I was 6 years old. And then I saying that to a 6-year-old is gonna fuck them up. Like you're screaming at a 6-year-old in their face.
Yes.
But are you fucked up?
And then no,
it
it's
really
not
comes
that.
down to the personal case at the end. It really does come down to the personal case at the end. Are you fucked up?
I'm not fucked up.
Okay.
You're gorgeous.
But
and you were
I think there's a certain I think he went over the top.
Oh
Is
yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
And then he beat me. I feel like he went over the
Okay.
top when he did that.
Yes.
And I feel like when it's like that, I feel like there's that shouldn't be a thing.
Okay. Alright. I definitely think intimidation is a thing that my mom used wisely against me, if I'm being honest. So, when it comes to, like, scaring your fucking kid, if you're doing that shit on a daily basis, obviously that shit's not right, and you shouldn't be fucking doing that. But if that kid fucked up, you know, like, you don't want to see that shit ever happen again. Like, you have to get your message across. And I feel like, would you ever do that shit again? What's your dad want? Like, with the thought of your head, of your dad, with the
I
thought
did
in
do
your
that
head of your
again.
dad, like, doing that. What'd you do?
I did do that.
There has to be a line. Like if you if you took a marker and you drew on the fucking wall.
I don't know if it was the same thing or not. I think it was the one where, what is it? So we were playing fucking kickball. It's not like a normal kickball game. You know, it's two sides. People have balls, they kick it at each other. Eventually, like
To
a bunch
dodgeball
of kids
with your
switched
feet?
teams. I guess that's how we were playing it. It was pretty weird how we were doing that. Anyways, a lot of kids went to one side.
Yeah.
And then, like, since there were fewer of us on one side, you know, because kids kept switching, it was kind of stupid that we were doing that. It was very weird. Anyways, a bunch of them decided to stop playing kickball. They grabbed the balls and just started throwing them at us. And since there was a lot of them, we just couldn't do shit back. And then one of the kids came up and tried to throw a ball directly at my face, like super close.
Hold on. He's on one day. I just came to school with a fucking gun.
And that's how I ended up in the car
Sorry,
race.
no.
And
But listen.
Go.
This one kid, he came up and tried to throw the ball right in my face, you know, like directly in my face. And I was pissed that this was happening, you know, that everyone was doing this. It was unfair. So I got pissed and I grabbed
grabbed the
ball out of
Draco.
his hands. And I grabbed him by the neck and I threw him into the fucking fence.
Okay.
And I got taken to the office, and my dad picked me up, and that's where he took me. But that didn't stop me from being a dick, or being an ass, or doing shit like that.
You just got
wait,
caught up
whoa.
in it.
Let me ask you a question.
That's it. I wouldn't have
I just
parented
lost-
that way.
I just lost
and
my
I'm not calling your
temper.
dad
Wait.
a bad person or anything, but
Let me ask
I'm
you a
just saying
question,
I
Ben.
wouldn't have parented it that way.
What?
Did your dad know the full story though, or
He
was
already
he
up.
just told?
Yeah, he
that-
does.
Okay.
I'm sure he was told that there was an incident where I got
John,
mad in a game, and I
would
threw
you
a
be
kid into a
mad-
fence.
Yeah, John,
That was the
how
story
would
I
you
believe
feel
he
about
was
if your
told.
kid, like, if
No,
harm was
don't
done
look
to
at
your
it
kid,
from
no
that
harm.
perspective. Look at it from this perspective, John. You're working, and you're working
already
in a
up.
sewage, and you're trying to get money, and you're getting paid like fucking $12 an hour. And then you find out you have to leave this job that helps you keep providing for your family and keeps paying rent just because your kid threw some other kid into a fence. And now you have to come and pick your kid up and then discipline them. And instead, you're not getting paid for the hours
Okay.
you're doing.
For one, I wouldn't discipline my kid. I would tell him it was wrong. Yes, I would tell him. I would tell him it's wrong. But if I knew the whole situation like you just explained it, then I would be happy for my kid that he stood up for himself. And then the teachers didn't do anything. The school didn't do anything to the other kid. and that you were being sent home and you were the one in trouble, I would not discipline you because you stood up for yourself against that kid.
For all you bitches out there that wanna fucking